Okay guys, quick look at the markets here today. Gonna try to start keeping our videos under 10 minutes if I can.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Shaquan, wait a minute.
Hey Bit Squad, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about our Fresh 5 stories. That's going to include XRP and decentralization in the same story. We're going to be talking about maybe at the end of the video some stuff that could indicate that interest is returning to crypto. And I'm also going to give you guys a warning about a Coinbase wallet feature. So make sure you stay tuned for all of those stories among others. Also want to mention to you guys that I do have another YouTube channel I'm doing now. It's raffles, raffling off football helmets, signed football helmets. I showed some of them the other night on a live stream. Like I got this sweet Joe Montana Hydro authentic helmet. But I'm not gonna get too much into it. I know a lot of you guys don't really care about football, but if you are into American football, check that out. I'll put the link down below. It's called Headliner Sports Breaks. I've gotten really addicted to this. Like, I'm not just doing it on my own channel, but I'm participating in other channels and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, let's get into the video. Market watch. Okay, guys, quick look at the markets here today. Gonna try to start keeping our videos under 10 minutes if I can. I think that's just a better watching experience for everybody, but I don't know if I can do it. We'll have to see. So here we go. We've got Bitcoin coming in at 3638. The market cap is at 128 billion. Bitcoin dominance falling again at 52.6%. And we've got this chart here that kind of just looks like what we should have already seen a BART, but we have not seen a BART back down. And I'll be honest with you guys, it seems the sentiment may be changing. We'll just have to see what happens. But a lot of the traders that I follow have started kind of turning that maybe we've hit the bottom and we're going up. I have claimed we hit the bottom on December 15th. I believe that. I've said that for about 2 months now. So, you know, that's my 2 cents on it, or my 2 Satoshis. Theta token, which continues to just be a very active crypto. Biggest gainer of the day at 12.61, followed by Moac, Maker, Repo, and Revain. Biggest losers of the day, we have Aurora, Project Pi, Icon, Nano, and Huobi token. Number 5. Okay, so we got NASDAQ adding Bitcoin and Ethereum indexes to its global service. This is a number 5 story of the day. Some people think this is a pretty important story going on, but to be honest with you guys, I just kind of have institutional fatigue right now. It seems like every day we're hearing about a new large investment company or financial management company that's doing something in crypto. And if you're in the stock world and you've been in the financial sector for a while, you probably understand all this. You understand all these different types of funds and why each one of these might be a big deal. But for those of us who came into the space not with that background and really just because we love the idea of cryptocurrency and decentralization and that whole movement, then I can see why a lot of people have fatigue on these stories, including the ETF. But we do continue to see some big names jumping in, so I guess there are pluses to that. Number 4. We have the US debt now topping 22 trillion. It was just at 21 trillion last year, and it's actually accelerating. And so what does that really mean? Well, a lot of economists believe that it doesn't actually mean that much as long as a country is keeping its GDP to debt ratio relatively stable and is making good on all of its payments that it owes. And the US has that. However, what does this speak of to me? It just says we have a broken financial system. We just print money out of air. And when it comes to a financial crisis, will it be the national debt that will cause a national crisis? I don't think so. I think the thing that really causes financial crisis in a country is when there are certain things promised or owed to citizens and the government cannot deliver on that. That's where the financial crisis comes in. That's where rebellion comes in. That's where revolution comes in. A lot of those things that we're seeing right now in Venezuela and other places in the world. So do I think this $22 trillion debt, do I think it's a big deal? I think it's a big deal. It shows how mismanaged our finances as a country have been. Do I think that's going to bring on the impending financial crisis that we're looking for in order to maybe increase the value of Bitcoin or to kind of free ourselves from the banking system that we have today in the world? Probably not. Number 3. Okay, here's a divisive story for you. Ripple is now going to be backing an XRP-based decentralized exchange. It's a hot debate on whether or not XRP is centralized. Basically, you have two sides. You have people that own Ripple and say that it's not centralized, and then you have people that don't own Ripple and don't like it and say that it is. David Schwartz of Ripple has come out and said, like, oh, we're the most decentralized cryptocurrency. Nobody outside of the Ripple community really believes that, and I'm going to try to keep my personal feelings and comments and opinions about XRP apart from this video, because I think what is really important about this story is that I think XRP understands the way, or Ripple understands the way that XRP is perceived by people outside of the community. So this is actually the brainchild of Viets Vend, who is the person who created the XRP tip bot that has been astronomically popular. So he's running something called XRPL Labs now, and through the labs, they've been able to get an investment from Ripple's investment arm called Xspring. So basically, they're going to be helping him to make this a full-time job, a full-time business, and trying to create the decentralized exchange, the mobile wallet, and cold crypto storage operating system. So we'll just have to see how all this turns out and if people use an XRP-based decentralized exchange. Number 2. Okay, so if you didn't know, Coinbase bought a wallet a while back and has renamed it the Coinbase wallet. Now this wallet will let you back up private keys on Google Cloud and iCloud. So seems like a great story, right? It's better than keeping your money on exchange. You have your money inside of your wallet. You have your own keys. Now there's a way that you can back those up. Do not, under any circumstance, use this. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. Let me tell you what you do with private keys. As annoying as it is, you write them down.
United States, President Obama, Mr. Trump, for the moment, step solution for the inaugural.
So I'm going to give you guys a horror story from a friend of mine that occurred because of his iCloud account. So you guys know hardware wallets, and I've told this story before on the channel, I believe, on a security video, but for those of you who are new, I told a story about a friend of mine who had a Trezor. And when you have a Trezor, which is a hardware wallet, a cold storage hardware wallet, you would think it's unhackable, right? Well, for all intents and purposes, it is. However, if you have the copy of your private keys somewhere that is digital, there's always a chance someone can find it. And so what happened is he had taken a picture of his private keys. He didn't even digitally copy them. It was just a picture of the private keys, and he deleted the picture. However, that picture stayed stored on his iCloud account. So he got SIM card hacked. If you guys haven't watched my SIM card hack videos, make sure you guys watch those. I'll put the link above for part 1 of that. But the long and the short of this story is that someone hacked into his account through his phone number, got access to his iCloud. And he remembered saying like, oh man, you know, I had taken this picture way, way back. You know, even if it was still on there, it would have been amazing if someone found it, and the hacker found it like that. They know what to look for. They know where to go. There's no way you can hide this. Do not back this up on Google Drive or iCloud by any stretch of the imagination. And I can't believe that Coinbase is pushing this narrative that this is a positive thing. So, and I don't hate Coinbase. It's not my favorite exchange by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't hate them. But this is a bad move by them, and make sure you don't do this and keep your crypto safe. The number 1 crypto story of the day. Okay guys, to me, this is really big news. I have felt a fundamental shift in the last week. A green candle will do crazy things to sentiment, but I felt the sentiment change. One thing is for sure, the price is definitely indicative of the sentiment and the amount of interest in cryptocurrency. So I found this post on the cryptocurrency subreddit that showed the amount of subscribers when it comes to Reddit and the cryptocurrency subreddit, which is the largest cryptocurrency subreddit. And you can see here in 2017, there was a slow, gradual movement, and then all of a sudden, it just shot straight up. It's been steady ever since. It has been increasing, but very slowly. Now, look at what has just occurred. We have a large spike seemingly out of nowhere in interest, and the amount of subscribers to this subreddit is moving up rapidly, seemingly overnight. So this seems to back up the fact that I think the interest with crypto and Bitcoin is back. It gets down to a point where the price is so low and people are scared, and then it drops even lower, and then people are like, maybe now it's at a good enough price for me to jump in. So, and there may be a compound effect of the amount of crypto influencers that there are out there on YouTube and Twitter kind of trying to preach about crypto. If we all just told a few people about crypto every day, a few new people, the space will grow quite a bit. So I do think that this is really, really, really good news for crypto. I'd be very interested to see what comes out for February's Google keyword chart that it comes out with that basically says how many people search Bitcoin this month compared to next month. So I don't know if this spike is only on Reddit, but I would assume that it's not. And I think we've also had a serious decline in the amount of Bitcoin shorts recently. So all this adds up to, we may be getting a little closer to the end of this bear market. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to check out my other channel. If you're into sports, if you're into football specifically, American football, always got to call it that, also known as real football. Ooh, we're going to get some dislikes for that one. So, all right, guys, we'll talk to you guys later. BitBoy out.